After years of silently protecting me, he left because I thought he never loved me. People always say you don't realize someone's worth until they're gone. But no one warns you what it feels like when they were standing beside you the whole damn time, aching for you, and you were too blind, too proud, or too scared to see it. I used to think love was loud fireworks, grand gestures, the kind of drama that played out like a Nicholas Sparks movie. What I had with Adrian was quieter, softer, invisible even. At least, that's what I told myself until he vanished from my life with nothing but a note. You were never mine to lose, but I stayed anyway. I met Adrian DeWitt when I was 17 and dumb and full of myself. He was already a man, 22 and steady as a lighthouse. We met on the outskirts of a protest rally at Washington Square, where I was shouting things I half believed in and he was shielding me from cops I didn't even see coming. He didn't say a word when he pulled me out of trouble, just looked at me with those impossibly calm eyes and handed me my backpack like it was a sacred thing. That moment should have been my clue. Over the next decade, Adrian became the constant background noise of my life. He showed up when things fell apart, when I got kicked out by my dad after coming out, when my ex left me stranded in Arizona, when I lost my job at the paper for refusing to edit out a queer couple's kiss from a human interest piece. He was always there, quiet, unassuming, reliable, annoyingly perfect, and I diet that I was put him in the friend box and shut the lid tight. It wasn't that I didn't feel something. God, I did. Every time he brushed my shoulder. Every time he made my coffee the way I liked without asking. Every time he stayed up until 3 a.m. watching me edit my documentary about queer homeless youth in LA. But he never said anything. Never made a move. Never once told me he loved me. So I figured he didn't. Until last fall when he walked away. He didn't slam a door. Didn't pick a fight. He just stopped showing up. No calls. No texts. No birthday message. After 13 years of being my silent shield, he became a ghost. I tried not to care. I slept around, went out, filled my bed and my nights with noise and bodies. But silence is the loudest thing in the world when it's from someone who used to fill every space in your life. It took 6 months for me to snap. I flew to Oregon, where I'd heard from a mutual friend he was working at a nature conservatory. He'd grown a beard. His hair was longer. He looked good, peaceful in a way that made me ache. He didn't look surprised when I showed up at the edge of the lake where he was planting saplings. "You're late," was all he said. I stared at him like he'd slapped me. Late for what? He stood, wiped his hands on his jeans. Late to figure it out. "I didn't know," I whispered. He gave a soft, humorless laugh. "You didn't want to." And he was right. I didn't. Because loving Adrian meant opening a part of myself I'd kept locked tight since the first time I got punched in high school for holding another boy's hand. I swallowed the pride and fear. "I thought you didn't feel that way. You think a man stays 13 years, carries your heartbreaks like his own, just for fun?" I flinched. "Why didn't you tell me?" He looked at me then, really looked at me, like he was memorizing my face for the last time. "Because love doesn't demand to be seen. It shows up. Every damn day." And then he walked away again. I spent 2 weeks in that town. Volunteered at the conservatory. Ate at the same diner he did. Waited like a fool for some kind of sign. And finally, one night, as the Oregon rain hammered the rooftop of my rental cabin, he knocked on the door. He looked soaked, tired, and ready to give up. "I can't do this again, Noah," he said, voice hoarse. "I can't keep showing up for someone who doesn't choose me." I didn't hesitate this time. I kissed him. It wasn't perfect. My teeth knocked his lip. We both tasted like salt and regret. But it was real. And for the first time in years, the silence between us cracked open and something beautiful crawled out. "Stay?" I whispered against his mouth. He looked at me, wary. "For how long?" "As long as you'll let me prove I see you now." We moved back to New York that winter. Not together at first. We took it slow. Therapy, long talks, arguments that left us raw and real. But we learned each other. And I stopped expecting love to scream when it was enough for it to whisper and still be true. Now, when he walks into our apartment with snow on his shoulders and exhaustion in his eyes, I pull him into my arms before he even drops his bag. When I forget to say, I love you, he just smiles and says, I know. And when I write, he's the first person I show because every story, somehow, is about him. Some people think gay love is all glitter and pride parades. But mine is slow burning, steady, built on years of quiet sacrifice and one final, aching goodbye that taught me how to say hello. And I'm never letting him go again. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.